Now, one of the things that came from this was that biofuels were promoted by world leaders for two reasons. One, to fight global warming, and two, to reduce oil imports. Chancellor Angela Merkel of Germany, I'm convinced that one of the greatest challenges of our time is climate change. Therefore, we have developed a common framework which includes biofuels. President George W. Bush in 2006, I set a goal to replace oil from around the world. The best way and the fastest way to do so is to expand the use of ethanol. And so ethanol has become big business. It's now produced in high volumes. About 9% of U.S. vehicle fuel comes from mostly corn ethanol, some biodiesel as well. But I think stronger headwinds are coming for this industry because the two big reasons for going into it have been removed. Biofuels are no longer needed to reduce dependence on foreign oil. Matter of fact, I don't know if you've heard what's going on in the Permian Basin, West Texas, southeast New Mexico. Just amazing. 2008, it was producing almost no oil out of that shale field. Now it's over 4 million barrels a day. Shortly, it's going to be half of U.S. production. And it's estimated that there are 1 trillion barrels of oil there, about as big as Saudi Arabia. And the estimated value is between $50 and $100 trillion, 2 to 4 times the U.S. national debt. And second, it's clear that biofuels don't reduce carbon dioxide emissions. Back in 1996, our old friend the IPCC ruled that burning biomass was carbon neutral. Even though you put off carbon dioxide when you burn biomass fuel or biofuel. But their logic was that, okay, plants grow and they absorb carbon dioxide, we cut them down and we burn them, and carbon dioxide is released. Zero. So we could reduce CO2 emissions by going to biofuels. The problem with that logic is it doesn't, and by the way, so carbon dioxide emissions from biofuels aren't counted by the EPA and the European Union today. And we have goofy things like whole coal plants in Europe are switching over to wood, which gets less output and produces more CO2, but it's supposed to be carbon neutral. But if you take land use into account, normally land that is there, if you're not growing crops, plants will grow anyway and they will absorb CO2. And when you count that, you find out that it's not carbon neutral to use biofuels. So the two big reasons for biofuels have disappeared, and so it's going to be a little tougher going forward.